At a health food store in Nelson, British Columbia. I moved to Nelson because I heard there was a lot of lesbians living there. Plus, I also moved there because I wanted to go and learn how to be in the mountains. So I packed up my van and left my boyfriend at the time and decided I was going to go and carve out a new identity for myself. So this is my song about moving to Nelson and trying desperately to navigate the coming out process and meeting women at the co-op. The big city lights were behind me. It was just me and my wounded heart driving down the highway to freedom. So when I first pulled into Nelson, I couldn't believe my eyes. There were all these hippies and little kids and freaks hanging around, yeah. And the heartbeat of this old town is a strip called Baker Street. And my stomach was empty, so I started looking around to find something to eat, yeah. But I didn't have much money, a little loose change in my pocket, when suddenly I found myself in front of the Kootenai Co-op health food store, yeah. So I walked in through those automatic sliding glass doors. Yeah, they opened for me like I was someone real important. And Sunday was in a dreamlike haze, and my mouth fell open wide. Well, forget my empty stomach, 'cause my heart was pounding for co-op girls, 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 yeah, co-op girls, co-op girls. Some of the cutest women in Nelson were co-op girls, yeah. So where do I start? I said to myself. I mean, there were produce girls and deli girls and even herbal supplement consultant girls. So I kept it fairly simple and I picked up something from the deli. And I was feeling a little more hopeful about myself when the deli goddess smiled at me, yeah. So I marched up to the woman at the till, and she asked me for my number. And even though I thought she was a little forward, I said 3570126. And I was thinking I had myself a date, but then she looked at me and said, "Honey, you must be new in town, 'cause I'm talking about your membership number." Oh God, I'm such an idiot. I said, "I don't have a number." And then I looked down at my shoes, and I hung my head in shame. And just when I thought my luck was done, and I was planning my escape, she asked if I wanted to be a member. And I looked up into her big brown eyes and said, "Co-op girl, co-op girl. Oh yes, I want to be a member. Co-op girl, co-op girl. Just tell me where to sign. Co-op girl, yeah. Oh yes, I want to be a member. Co-op girl, co-op girl. Just tell me where to sign, yeah." It's gonna get worse. Okay, just so you know. So once I became a member, the benefits started rolling in. There were these monthly co-op meetings, a surefire place to get a date. So I got all dressed up and ready for my night out on the town, and I showed up at the meeting. And I pulled a chair up. What's that? What did you say? It what? Oh, yes, the feminist consensus. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? They can go on forever, you know? What was I saying now? It does get worse, I know. And it especially gets worse when you forget the words. I got it. So once I became... I'm just... Oh God, no. There were these monthly co-op meetings, a surefire place to get a date. So I got all dressed up and ready for my night out on the town, and I showed up at the meeting. There we go. And I pulled a chair beside the girl with the big brown eyes, and there was that deli goddess sitting side. Yeah, you see, when I moved out to the Cookies, I had myself a plan to ditch the straight life and become a dyke. Halfway through the agenda, I took a long, deep breath. It was during the topic of yearly dividends when I turned to big brown eyes and I asked her for her number because I thought I'd try again, but she put her arm around that deli goddess and then they said to me, it wasn't good news. Desperate girl, better luck at the AGM. Desperate girl, well, this ain't the Fluid Lounge. Desperate girl, yeah, better luck at the AGM. Desperate girl, well, this ain't the Fluid Lounge, no. So I found out that they got this thing called the 10% monthly membership discount. It's kind of like customer appreciation. Well, I'd like to find out what that's really all about. I mean, I could always use a little more appreciation in my life. Go out, girls, I need some appreciation. Go out, girls, just punch it 6411. Go out, girls, yeah, I need some appreciation. Go out, girls,